The Gundam card game is finally here, and here is my very first video on it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mombi here, and today I'm going to give you my first personal deck list for this Amuro Ray and Ray Blue deck. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. I upload daily duels and deck profiles for different anime TCGs. Alright guys, so here we go. This is once again my very first ever Gundam card game. I think that's the official term for it, you know, the naming. So yeah, I'm gonna post up a couple of duels and a couple of deck profiles, and we're gonna see if there's any interest in this game going forward. This is yet another Bandai Namco game, so it is pretty adjacent in terms of at least how it's going to play and maybe the release schedule. For example, the One Piece TCG and Dragon Ball Fusion World, which I upload. Now, if you're watching this in the future, the only cards that have been released right now, and every single card in here is a proxy, so you know we're doing this so we can play and you know make sure we know exactly what's going on here. But basically, it's a bunch of cards from the Edition Beta and from a little bit, and from the starter decks and a little bit from the first set coming up. So this isn't like a perfect deck, but it's something that we can play and already try out. And honestly, this is the stuff that we are going to be playing in the duels. I made a couple of decks that we're going to try out. But anyway, as we go along and we make more decks, these will become more refined. But right now, like there's no tournaments or anything like that, so it's basically going off of any previous knowledge I have of deck building, and this is the reason why we're making this. So if you guys have any suggestions of how to make this deck a little bit more better or consistent, there is a specific like official Bandai Namco sort of suggestions on how to build a deck, the different sorts of requirements, like they suggest you have a lot of this curve, a specific amount of command cards, etc. So with that huge first introduction out of the way, just letting you guys know, hope if you guys like Gundams, please let me know. All right, so we're gonna talk about the pilots, the command cards, the bases, and of course the units and how they all work together. All right, so this is gonna be Amuro Ray, and really quick, the overall game plan of this deck is it curbs really early, and it's all about swarming the board with a lot of pilots, more pilots than I would put in any other decks, with some healing and control. So it's all about going quick and going fast and a little bit of control and heal. So this is Amuro Ray. This is from STO1. He's a 1 cost, but it takes a while to get him out at level 4. Basically, he's a 2/1 when paired, and when paired anyway, choose any one unit. Choose one unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. Now, resting a character allows you to attack into it. Also, he has a couple of links, and links makes it so if you link the turn that the Gundam comes out, you can rush with it. So this is pretty much your big character of the deck. I have 8 pilots and a couple of commands that also act as pilot, so the deck's gonna revolve around Amuro Ray and Ride Marcanas or Masena. So this is a 1/3 cost. This is from set 1. He's a pilot, so both of these have burst. Add to your hand, of course, and both of them also have Earth Federation, which also is going to link to other units, and also White Base Team, which is gonna link to something. The new type doesn't really work in this particular deck right now. So when paired, if this unit has repair, it gains 1 more attack. So there are a couple of units in the deck which do have repair. I don't think there's anything specifically linking his name, but once again, there is some Earth Federation. So we're running these guys because the Earth Federation really combos with a lot of units. Next off, we're gonna go to our commands. Now, this is where the deck is going to shine. There is a lot of different pilots. Now, remember, commands can work as an event card, or it can be a potential pilot card. So this is a 1/2, which is a very early. Honestly, you can play this on turn 2, basically because you have a 1/1 unit that you can play out, and then you can play this on the next turn to give it some buffs. But yeah, it gives it 1. Or you can use it as an event, choose a rested enemy and deal 1 damage to it. It can happen. It's only during your main though. It's not an action, but you know, it can help you. And it's also, once again, Earth Federation, White Base Team, so there is some linking going on here. We're running 2 of these, but we're running 4 of these Kai's Resolve. This is from STO1. This is also from STO1. This is a 1 cost 3 level, a command/pilot. So main, choose a friendly unit, it recovers 3. Both of these effects are whatever. You primarily want it just so you can buff up the small units on the field and to really get an advantage over your character, over your opponent's characters. This one gives you a life, while this one gives you some attack. Earth and white base team, so both of these are really good. Now let's move on to the other command of the deck. We're running 2 of these because this is a level 4, and once again this deck is skewing more towards the levels 2 and 3s with a little bit of late game, but it's primarily swarm the board. So this is from set 1. This is a command. So this is a burst. You can choose a friendly unit with 5 or less an enemy unit and rest it. So it's good for, you know, multiple attacks coming through if you get this burst out early. This is a main and an action, meaning you can use it during your main phase or during your opponent's turn to really mess up their tempo. Choose 1 to 2 enemy units with 3 or less HP and rest them, so you can use it during your turn to attack into some units that are safe. Or if your opponent has a lot of crap on the board, you can go ahead and rest up to 2 of them, blocking a lot of stuff. However, it does take a while to get out at level 4. Now we're moving on to our bases. We're running 2 of these bases. We pretty much have 6 bases in this deck. This is from set 1. This is a 1/1. You could technically play this turn 1, but I think you would rather wait for your EX base to get destroyed before you put this on the field. So this is side 7. The burst is deploy. When deployed, you self-hurt, but you have 4 instead of the EX3. Activate main. You can rest this base to choose any friendly unit and recover 1. This is a good effect that can be used every single turn. However, it's not the craziest because once it is destroyed, it's, you know, your opponent wants to destroy this as soon as possible, so you can't get the effect. So these are really quick, easy. It's just better than having a shield, but you primarily want these white bases out for your sort of your uptime base. So this is white base. This is a 2/3, so it's going to take a couple turns to get this thing out. But hey, as soon as you get it out, it's good. This is from starter deck 1. It's another base. So when you burst, you deploy, and when you deploy, you self-hurt. But the ability here is crazy. So you're going to activate this during your main, and you can use 2, and then you get a bunch of effects. So you deploy 1 Gundam white base with attack power 3 and HP 3 if you have 0 units in play. So if your board is empty, you get a 3/3. If you have 1 other unit on the field, you get a 2/2. If you have 2 or more units, you get a 1/1. So this is once again good for swarming, and it's also great for just keeping your hand, because as the game goes, medium to late game, because you have so much small units, you're gonna be throwing out cards left and right. So this will help you supplement the board in order to keep that swarm going. So we're running 4 of these because this is the uptime base, the highest uptime base you want to see on the board. Now let's move on to the units. This is gonna be your first turn, so it's gonna be of course lowest to highest. So, swarming the board, first we have this ball. You attack, choose 1 of your units, and it recovers 1 HP. It's pretty basic. It's a 1/1. It's going to get beat up a little bit. It's pretty whatever. This is from set 1, but this is one of your earliest cards you can throw out turn 1. And yeah, it's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nice. Next off, we have Lotto. This is from set 1 as well. So this is a 2/2, really basic unit at 2/2. Its stats are a little lowered instead of like a 3/2 or a 2/3 because it has the link of Earth Federation trait. Now, for those who are first watching, remember, anybody with Earth Federation, which is every single one of my leaders here, or not leaders, every single one of my pilots, it can go on this guy. Basically, any pilot can go on any unit. It can go on ball, for example, but if you pair up an Earth Federation, link powers will go off. And so actually, we don't have any specific linking here, but no link powers, but the link rush will happen. So later on, you can get this with the, you can bypass the sleep when you summon it and there's rush to the opponent. So that's why we're running this. So really easy, quick turn 2 units. Next off, we have Rizal. Now, this is another unit this is a 2/3 set 1 unit. Rizal, nothing special. However, it's a pretty good stats at 4/3, and that's pretty much it. Nothing special there, but it's another good early game card to get out. Next off, we have G Fighter. This is from set 1. This is a 2/3 card, so it can run on the same turn you're doing this. When you deploy, choose 1 of your white base team units. It gains high maneuver. So high maneuver means they cannot block. You can use it for any other freaking white base team, including itself. And you can rush with this because it does have the link trait white base team. So technically you could rush with it. Well, you just need more than two energy by the time you play this. It's a 3/2, so nice card. 2, 3, 4. Nice. This could help you win the game. All right, next we have Gun Cannon. So this is a 3/2 unit. This is from set 1. This is an alternate art, and it has repair. This is one of those units with repair, so it pretty much could work with this Ride Marcena, which is if the unit has repair, it gets 1 extra damage. Otherwise, it's +1/1. So assuming it's on it, this is going to be a 4/4 unit, and it also has white base team traits. Hold on, is that guy white base team? Hold on, he's probably not. I don't think he's a white base team, actually. He's just Earth Federation. So white base team is the Amuro Ray and the Kai's thingy and the thoroughly damaged. Those are the ones that can go on here. Anyway, it's a pretty good unit. Next off, we have this Gundam RX. This is the first specific character link unit. This is a rare. I actually don't know the rarities yet. I forgot the name. Forgot the naming of them. But anyway, STO1 434. It's a unit. It has repair too. So Federation, Earth Federation, white base team. But anyway, I hope you didn't misunderstand me. You can still put this on him, but he won't get the other guy won't get the rush because it's not a link unit. This one with Amuro Ray will get the link, but he can also be paired up with Ride. So if you pair them up, and then they can rush. Has repair. At the end of return, you heal 2 off it. Damage persists in this game between turns, so they take simultaneous damage if you attack into units. And during your turn, all units get AP. So this one isn't even a link. So anyone who pairs on this, any other unit gets stronger, which is why this is a very good swarming rush board. Earth Federation, white base team, which doesn't matter here. But the Amuro Ray, that also makes a link. Okay, so now we're skewing towards more of the late game. This is a 4. Now we're on 5. So this is the last card of the deck. This is Gundam MA Form RX. This is from STO1. So if you really end up getting to the late game, you might as well throw this out because you really need cards when you're throwing out a bunch of small units in here. So 3/5 units. When paired with a white base team, which is everyone but Ride, you're going to be able to draw 1 card, which is great. And it's another rush for Amuro Ray, running at a 4/3. So you can see here, this deck is running really small, and you just want to go wide on the board. There isn't a lot of control, not really. There's a couple of cards that say, you know, rest here and there. You're not running a lot of annoying actions on your opponent's turn. You have 2 good really saving actions, but for the most part, you just get good units out that have good base stats, and then you buff them up very slightly with your pilots, which you're running a lot of pilots. It's 4, 8, 11, 14 pilots with go on a lot of stuff here. And of course, every single turn you can white base to order to summon more stuff. So that's gonna be it for the very first deck. I know I should have said at the beginning, but I know you can make different multicolored decks. However, because this is the very first deck I'm making, I want to make it nice and simple. So as the videos come out, we're gonna make an all blue deck, an all green deck, all whites, all red deck, and then we're gonna start mixing with 2 colors. You can do, you know, red green, red blue, etc. But this is the first deck, so I just want to run with this and do some testing and do some more tweaking. But yeah, Gundam looks exciting, so we're going to be testing out the gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoy the first couple of duels coming up on this channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.